Hey guys, it's Chelsea from Little Mountain Ranch. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to start this video out a little bit differently than I usually do. And what I was hoping to portray with what you saw me doing was the sense of beauty and a sense of reverence and a sense of dreams fulfilled. And that is what today has been all about for me, is the fulfillment of a dream that I've had in my heart for many, many, many years. I started the homesteading kind of lifestyle, I think, about 20 years ago, maybe more like 18 years ago. And when my husband and I bought our first property, it was just under an acre. I got my first flock of chickens, planted my first big garden, and we called our little place the Butter Churn Farm. And Dan made a little sign for me above my garden. And that is where the dream towards what it is that we have now started. And it took a couple of years for us to get to the place where we had some more land. So we sold that place. We moved to an area where we could afford more property. We bought 2.5 acres and built our first greenhouse. And it was a little passive solar greenhouse that is still in operation to this day. My son and my mother-in-law own that house now. And it's still growing tomatoes that I actually started from seed this year and gave to her. So, and then when we bought this place 4 years ago, I think we built that greenhouse. Yes, it was 3 years ago that we built the little greenhouse, the actual painted green colored greenhouse that you guys have seen hundreds of times on my channel. And I think that was probably the first video. In fact, I think it was maybe the first or second video that I ever put out on my channel. So the process to get to where I'm at now, where I have my beautiful permaculture food forest that you saw me in, and my big garden, and this amazing high tunnel, has taken me just about 20 years to get from the first step to this step. And the reason that I want to share that with you is that I know that it can get a little bit disheartening to come onto YouTube and see all these amazing things that people are doing. And I think one of the assumptions that people make is that people have a lot of money and that's how they got to be where they are, when I think in most cases, at least most of the YouTubers that I know personally, it was a journey, and a really lengthy journey for some of us. And so I wanted to share that with you because I know how discouraging it can be, especially in years like this year where gardening has been really difficult and a lot of people are starting their first gardens during a challenging, cooler than normal season. I get messages from people all the time talking about how their plants aren't growing and they're feeling so disheartened. And I'm hoping that with what I'm sharing with you here in this video, that I can offer a word of encouragement to you that don't worry, just one step in front of the other in the direction you want to go. Set yourself a goal and just start moving there. And eventually you will get there, even if there's lots of bumps along the way, which there certainly have been in my life. So why is today in particular a fulfillment of a dream, you may be asking? And this is why. This beautiful little tomato right here, not this one in particular, but the several baskets of tomatoes that I have been pulling out of my greenhouse in the last couple of days, and the fact that I just processed my first batch of stewed tomatoes from my own greenhouse in my canner this morning. So why, you may be asking, is a little tomato and doing a batch of stewed tomatoes in my canner out of my greenhouse such a big deal to me? I'm going to try to articulate for you why this is such a big deal for me and why I feel like this is the beginning of a different phase of my life. And I know that sounds really dramatic, but bear with me. I think actually that you guys and making videos for YouTube has actually been a huge part of me being a lot more conscious about goal setting and conscious about the follow through. I am the kind of person, and a lot of people have described me this way, who is really good at starting things, getting ideas going, getting energy moving, and starting things. One of the things that I'm not as good at is the follow through piece. And I feel like YouTube and you guys and the encouragement of you and just you observing me in my life has really changed that about me, where I'm a lot more conscious and deliberate about my goals. And I'm also have a little bit of pressure because other people are watching my goal setting and the process of getting to either achieving or not achieving the goal, whatever the case may be. And I think because I'm filming myself and I'm hearing myself say things like, when I first built that greenhouse, I really want to have a high tunnel one day. Or I'm really tired of buying so many tomatoes every fall and having to travel and go and spend that money and all of that. I really want to grow my own. And hearing that repeated over and over again has helped me to just kind of move in that direction, set the goal, and then follow through with it, which has been a really amazing experience for me. And I think it has helped me to evolve to be a little bit more deliberate with my goal setting, more realistic with my goal setting, because sometimes my goals, as anyone that knows me in real life will tell you, I sometimes set unrealistic goals for myself, probably more often than I don't. But to be able to set this goal of having this high tunnel, and the goal of having the forest garden, and the goal of producing 100% of our own meat and 100% of our own dairy, which we are just about there, you guys. I'm so excited. That'll be in a video for another day. And then to be able to can those tomatoes this morning, with my goal being that I don't have to buy tomatoes to process this year, that I'm going to be able to process them all out of this space, I think has really shifted something inside of me on a fundamental level. And I'm really excited to see where that's going to go as far as goal setting and then the follow through piece and actually achieving more goals that I set for myself. I just wanted to thank you guys so much for always being so encouraging, for coming along on this journey with me, for just being supportive and helping to hold me accountable to the things that I say, because I get messages all the time. So how did that turn out? Or how did this turn out? So I think what I'll do is I'll end this video with doing a little bit of work here in the high tunnel, because I have a ton of pruning to do. I need to cut back the tomatillos in the back. And I never say that word right. Somebody's going to correct me. Tomatios? I can't remember. Anyway, somebody correct me down in the comment section. So yeah, anyway, I think that's where I'm going to end this video. I hope that you all have a wonderful day. And again, thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please consider subscribing. Most of my videos aren't like this. Most of them have to do with actually gardening and how to do that. But I hope you did enjoy this one. And if you did, hit the thumbs up button for me as well. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, everyone. Bye.